Disney is known as a dream factory filled with color, joy, and imagination. But behind the magical sets and cheerful shows lies a world many viewers never see. For countless child stars, the dream quickly turned into pressure, confusion, and emotional challenges. This part introduces the darker side of growing up as a Disney kid. These young actors were pushed into the spotlight before they fully understood what fame meant. Their lives were shaped by schedules, rehearsals, and constant expectations. While fans adored them, they struggled behind the scenes with rules, public scrutiny, and the loss of a normal childhood. The magic on screen often came at the cost of personal freedom. This series explores what truly happened to these stars, how the industry impacted them, and why so many former Disney kids later revealed the truth about their difficult experiences. From the moment a child signs a Disney contract, perfection becomes a requirement. These young stars are expected to smile constantly, behave flawlessly, and carry the company's image on their shoulders. Even small mistakes can become big scandals. Many former actors said they were reminded daily to stay cheerful, stay polite, and never show stress. Their appearance was monitored, their public behavior controlled, and their real emotions hidden behind forced positivity. They were told what to wear, what to say, and sometimes even what to avoid discussing with family or friends. This pressure forced many children to mature too quickly, developing anxiety or self-esteem issues. While fans believed these stars were living a magical life, the truth was very different. The demand for perfection created emotional strain. When most kids their age were going to school events, playing outside, or learning who they were, Disney child stars were busy filming scenes, practicing lines, or attending interviews. Their childhood became a schedule filled with work, expectations, and responsibilities. Fame robbed them of privacy, friendships, and the freedom to make mistakes like normal teenagers. They couldn't visit malls without being surrounded by fans or photographed by paparazzi. Some couldn't celebrate birthdays with friends because of strict filming timelines. Many former stars later explained that they never truly felt young. Instead, they felt like small adults who had to perform constantly. This loss of childhood affected their emotional development, making it hard to understand identity, relationships, and boundaries. Growing up on camera may look glamorous, but behind the scenes, it often meant Disney contracts often gave the company significant control over a young actor's lifestyle. These papers weren't just about acting. They shaped appearance, behavior, and even personal decisions. Some stars said they were not allowed to change their hair, wear certain clothes, or date publicly without permission. Their social media posts were monitored, interviews rehearsed, and public outings planned. Disney's goal was to protect its family-friendly brand, but the strict guidelines sometimes made the stars feel like products instead of people. They were encouraged to maintain an innocent image even as they grew older and wanted to explore new opportunities. Many couldn't take roles outside Disney that conflicted with their clean persona. This heavy control led to frustration, identity issues, and a desire to break free once their contracts ended. Corporate rules shaped their image, but often damaged their sense of self. Many Disney child stars developed mental health struggles because of constant pressure and non-stop scrutiny. Being famous at a young age can be overwhelming, and several actors later revealed they felt anxious, lonely, or emotionally exhausted. Their daily schedule left little time to relax or process their feelings. Some were afraid to speak up because they didn't want to lose their jobs or disappoint fans. They learned to hide sadness behind smiles. The lack of privacy and the expectation to stay perfect added even more stress. When they made mistakes, headlines exaggerated the situation, causing shame and embarrassment. As adults, many former Disney stars became open about therapy, healing, and mental health awareness. Their honesty helps the world understand the unseen emotional cost of childhood fame. Their stories show that success on screen didn't protect them from real struggles behind closed doors. Growing up under the spotlight meant every move was watched, judged, and discussed by millions. The media played a major role in shaping the public view of Disney stars. Paparazzi followed them everywhere, hoping to catch drama or mistakes. Tabloids published stories, true or not, just to attract attention. For young actors, this constant judgment was frightening and confusing. They barely knew themselves, yet strangers formed strong opinions about them. Fans expected them to be perfect, and critics waited for them to slip up. Even small changes, like a new hairstyle or dating rumor, became huge news. Social media created another layer of pressure, exposing them to cruel comments and unrealistic expectations. This overwhelming attention made it difficult for them to grow naturally. Many stars developed insecurity, identity problems, or rebellious behavior as a reaction to the non-stop scrutiny they faced. When Disney shows ended, many child stars were left with a difficult question: who am I without this character? For years, they played roles written for them, followed rules created for them, and lived inside a carefully controlled image. When that image disappeared, they struggled to build a real identity. Casting directors still saw them as Disney kids, making it hard to find new roles. Some felt lost because they didn't know how to behave without someone telling them what to do. Others had trouble forming relationships because they didn't trust people who approached them. This identity crisis affected their confidence and self-worth. Rebuilding a life after Disney required patience, self-discovery, and support. Many stars took years to understand who they truly were outside the brand. For some, The transition was empowering. For others, it was painfully confusing. After years of being controlled and shaped by Disney's image, many former stars entered a rebellious phase. This wasn't just about shocking the world. It was their way of reclaiming freedom. Some changed their appearance dramatically. Others took bold roles to break away from their child-friendly image. And some spoke openly about their struggles. The media often judged them harshly, painting them as troubled or out of control. But in reality, these actions were attempts to express independence and heal from years of restrictions. Rebellion became a symbolic break from childhood roles that no longer fit them. For many, it was the first time they felt in control of their lives. Their choices, while sometimes controversial, were a response to the pressure they endured. These moments of rebellion helped them finally step away from the Disney identity and embrace adulthood despite the challenges. Many former Disney stars eventually found healing and built successful lives beyond their childhood fame. Some became respected actors, musicians, or filmmakers. Others stepped away from fame entirely to focus on education, family, or personal growth. Therapy, support systems, and time allowed them to recover from the stress and pressure they experienced. They learned to accept their past without letting it define them. Their stories show that it is possible to move forward even after the emotional impact of growing up on camera. Many now use their platforms to raise awareness about mental health, the pressure of child stardom, and the need for better protections for young performers. Their journeys remind us that behind every Disney role is a real person with real struggles and incredible resilience. The magic may fade,